Dum dum dum.
Do you ever use zip ties for anything? Man, these things are awesome. They are so handy. Bless the guy who invented these. But have you ever had one of these painfully remind you that every rose has its thorn? Ow! Man, these things are sharp. And it can happen anywhere. Like when you've just finished your workout on a cardio machine. Ow! See this remote? It's zip-tied to the handlebar. Ow! So why does this happen in the first place? I'm going to show you exactly why it happens, and then I'm also going to show you some really cool ways to keep it from happening to you. Here's the microphone stand as an example. That wire hanging out will bother us really anal people, so let's zip tie it out of the way. Extra zip tie material. What are we going to do with that? It's pretty common to use wire cutters. And you think, yeah, I'm going to cut it off really close. The problem is that no matter how hard you try, wire cutters just don't cut it off cleanly. The little stub that's left over is super sharp, and its only purpose in life is to cut your skin and make you bleed. But here's how we're going to fix that problem. You could get something like this cool implement of destruction, but they are kind of bulky. These are pretty cool. It's called a micro flush cutter. It's like getting a close shave.
Yeah, baby.
If you do any gardening, you could even use something like this, as long as the blades overlap and they have to be reasonably sharp. Well, these aren't working. These are really dull. These things are duller than my jokes. So what if you don't have the heavy-duty
implements of destruction,
and you don't have the really cool micro-flush cutter? What about a steak knife? Not cutting it. I've got it! Toenail clippers! Oh, those didn't work either. A sharp file will turn that evil villain into dust. It just might take a while, though. Darn, tool store is already closed. What could I use? Maybe you need this in the morning for school or for work. Here's something you might have. Pruners? These things work great. Get the stop a little bit under the ratchet box. Get the blade right up against it. And cut. These might not prevent you from getting scratched if you're out in public somewhere. But if you're doing your own project and you're using a lot of zip ties, well, these tips will keep you from looking like you bear-hugged a cactus. One of my all-time favorite life hacks has to do with zip ties. Did you know that in many cases you can reuse your zip ties? Yeah, you can. So what if you're working on something really important and you are down to your last zip tie, or maybe you're completely out of zip ties? The home improvement store, the other stores, they're closed, or you just don't have time to run out and grab a pack of zip ties. That's where this life hack can really come in handy. Let's say I need a couple of these blocks and I want to zip tie it back together. If I cut this here or here, not the right spot, I'm going to need another zip tie. But what if I cut it right by the ratchet box? Cut the part that goes through the ratchet box, not the ratchet box side. Now I'm going to take out the blocks that I need. Now you can remove the little nub that was left over and put the zip tie back together, and you just saved time and some money. And I'll use the micro flush cutters to cut that off cleanly. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How could this get any better? You're already thinking about how you're going to retire on your own private island in Hawaii with all the money that you're saving on zip ties. But believe it or not, I've got another trick for you. Yeah, I do, really. Even if you're done with this project, you can still salvage the zip tie. But this time, don't cut it over here close to the ratchet box. Cut it a little further over. Here's why. You've already cut this side off cleanly, so you can't pull it through, but now you can use this side and you can push it through. and now you have another zip tie to use. And if you're trying to produce a video on zip ties, you'll probably end up with about 100 zip ties or so that are just a little shorter than usual. I suggest depositing your nylon zip ties in your box that's labeled nylon zip ties. Now, why do I save all of these zip ties? Well, is it because I'm environmentally conscious? Oh, sure, that's part of it. Is it because I want to make sure that I've got nylon zip ties at 10 o'clock at night when the stores are closed? Sure. But the real reason that I save all these nylon zip ties is because I'm cheap. You see this nose? You know why I got such a big nose? Because air is free. In the beginning, I mentioned, bless the man who invented these. Let's pay tribute to Morris C. Logan, born in 1921, who passed away at 86. He patented the tie wrap in 1958 while working for a company called Thomas & Betts, which is now ABB Installation Products. If you are alive today, tie wraps have affected your life. Thank you, Mr. Logan.
If you found this video funny, helpful, or even slightly entertaining, please hit subscribe. You know what happens if you do? Nothing. It's the same as hitting the like button. You're not going to get notifications. You're not going to get a single email from me. You won't get any spam. You're not even going to get put on a list to buy a timeshare, okay? But it will help me do more and better videos. And if you do want to be notified, just hit the little bell icon. That'll let you know when I have a new video coming out. And if you really like my videos, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, but more importantly, share it. Share it with some of your friends so that they can get a laugh too. Thanks for watching all the way through. I am the fixer of all things, and I wish you a fun and safe journey through life.